The very first time I had coconut shrimp, I just had to take the recipe from the person that served it to me. It is so good. I have been making it countless times since then, and everybody that tries it loves it just as much. It is perfect as an hors d'oeuvre. It works beautifully for brunches as well, and it can be the main protein for any meal. It is so good. I really hope this makes it on your holiday menu. It is going to be a hit for sure. So I have in my large bowl some unsweetened coconut flakes. To that I'm going to be adding some Panko breadcrumbs. This is going to come together to form the breading or the coconut part of my coconut shrimp. So I'm going to mix these together, and like I said, I prefer Panko for that extra crispiness it brings to everything. Whatever breadcrumbs you have will work, but definitely Panko is going to give it that extra crunchy feel, and it helps in the general appearance of your food. I've set that aside, and now I'm going to crack 3 large eggs. The egg is actually going to be the wash, so my egg wash, I'm going to prepare that now. And friends, whilst we are doing this, could you please hit that like button, give me that thumbs up to help my channel, and please subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to be using the whole egg, so the yolk and the white, so I'm just going to mix this together, and then I'll set it aside. I have my white shrimp here. It has been peeled and deveined. I actually bought them as easy peel, and I only removed the shell, left the tail portion on because I like to make my coconut shrimp with the tail part on. I'm going to season this with some black pepper. I'm also going to add some garlic powder, which has some parsley flakes in it as well. You could use regular garlic powder. I'm adding some salt. And for that extra seafood flavor, I'm going to be adding some Old Bay seasoning in here as well. I'm going to coat my shrimp with all these. Make sure that it is covering every part of my shrimp. So you want to give it a very good stir. Wrap the seasoning onto your shrimp to get it very well coated like this. Now that my shrimp is very well seasoned, it's time to start coating it. So I'm going to transfer it into my all-purpose flour. Get it to be very well coated like this, and then I'm going to transfer it from the flour into my egg wash. Dredge it in here. Make sure that it is very well covered with the egg. I'm holding on to the tail portion because that's the part that is going to be left. You want the tail to show, so I'm trying not to coat it too much with the stuff. Now I put it in my coconut and Panko crumb. Make sure that it coats it perfectly like this. So I make coconut shrimp because I like coconut. I love shrimp, but I could make any other thing with it. I like coconut, that's why I'm making this. So I want to make sure that the coconut and the Panko really sticks onto my shrimp. There have actually been days that I have actually gone ahead and do some double dipping. So after I did the initial coating of the shrimp in the Panko and the coconut, I will just go back and dip it into the egg wash to give it an even more thicker coat, so then your shrimp comes out looking plump, but then of course you have lots and lots of coconut and Panko on it. I'm not doing that today. I'm just giving it just one coating of that, but I want to make sure that it really sticks onto it. And once it is done, I transfer it onto a plate, and I'm going to continue doing this until everything is done, and then we'll move on to the next step. I filled this plate, so I'm going to set that aside, start a new plate, and whilst this is going on, I've started heating my oil because we are going to be deep frying this. I'm going to continue coating my shrimp until my oil is hot, and then we'll go ahead and deep fry. I've breaded all my shrimp. My oil is perfectly hot now, and I can go ahead and start frying them. This takes almost no time at all to cook. All you need is about 4 to 5 minutes and it's going to be done. So by the time I'm done putting the shrimp in, it's pretty much time for me to start turning it. So about 2 minutes on either side. You may choose to give it an extra minute depending on how it looks, but pretty much it should be done by 5 minutes. I'm going to turn my shrimp now for the other side to cook. You can see it is very golden. It's looking perfect, and you really want to keep that golden color. The shrimp is perfectly fried now, so golden, absolutely gorgeous. If you love coconut, then you're going to be just mesmerized by the aroma in your house at this point. I am going to bring this out of the oil straight into my colander so it can drain some oil. Now that I have all my cooked shrimp out of the oil, I'm going to strain out the residue of the coconut and the breadcrumbs from my oil before I fry the next batch. You want to do this because you don't want this to burn in your oil. It's going to stick onto your coconut shrimp. The next batch you are going to fry, which will make it look like it's burnt, but it might not really be burnt. So your best bet is to try to strain it out of the oil before you fry the next batch. Now that the oil is clear, I'm going to fry the next batch, and I'm giving it the same 4 to 5 minutes depending on how quick it turns golden. Once it is golden, you know your shrimp is done. Shrimp really does not take too much time to cook, like I said, so please don't overdo this one either. So you see, making coconut shrimp at home from scratch is so simple, so easy, and everybody is really going to love it. You can actually make this ahead of time. You can bread everything and just refrigerate overnight if you're going to be frying the next day, or you can even make it way ahead of time. You just flash freeze everything once it is breaded, and then once it is frozen, you can transfer them into Ziploc bags and then keep them in your freezer for as long as you need them to be. Let's just say up to 6 months. So I'm going to transfer all of this onto some paper towels just so it's able to blot some more of the oils, and then it is ready after that. Look at how gorgeous this is. I like to just cut up some parsley and sprinkle on it for the garnish, and it pairs so beautifully with my mango habanero sauce. Just look at how perfect this looks on the inside. This is so good with some lime juice on it, so just squeeze a little bit of it on that, and it's going to just escalate the flavors. You're going to be in love. And when I say this is a crowd pleaser, you have to believe me, it really is a crowd pleaser. So be mindful who you serve this to, because they're going to ask you to make it over and over again. I get asked to make this for many gatherings. I love to make it, so I really don't mind. But like I said, be careful. Thanks so much for watching. Kindly give me a thumbs up and share. And until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.